This is Jody here in the Chassahowitzka Wildlife Management Area. I am documenting Buford sink this evening. I'm just trying to see how accessible it is. Since we had our active hurricane season, I'm wondering if the water table on the ground's still very high, which would make it very muddy to get back here. So we're about to find out. And I see a couple of new trees down already. Oh, I can see somebody's been laying rocks down. The last time I was out here, the rocks that had been laid out were almost completely submerged into the ground. I could tell these are pretty fresh rocks that were laid out. Probably a couple months ago, I'm guessing, which makes it a lot easier to walk back here. Here we are in the hydric cypress swamp area where there's water here part of the year. Well, I should say most of the year during our rainy season. And then when it gets into our drought season, it dries up a little bit back here. So that's what hydric hammock habitat means. Wet part of the year, dry other parts of the year. Ooh, I could smell a musty smell. I believe it smells like hogs. It's kind of what it smells like to me. And now we're about to get muddy. I've sank almost to my waist out here before in the mud. But I was stupid and came out here during the summertime when it was raining. And here's several cypress knees. That's not too bad. This isn't bad at all. So I give it maybe a couple more months, it'll possibly be dry enough to actually just walk back here and not sink in mud. I was expecting it to be a lot deeper than this. Jody here in the Chassahowitzka Wildlife Management Area, and I tried to get back to Buford sink this evening, but the water table is still very high, and I didn't feel like dealing with it, so I didn't make it all the way to the spring. So I'd say give it another couple of months, let it dry out a little bit, and then it might be more accessible. But I went in past my knees, so that's not very fun. But somebody did lay down some new rocks. I mean, there's always been rocks here. People come out and lay rocks down, but this is a new batch of rocks they've tried to set out. So, which is actually very helpful. So anyways, that's my report on Buford Sink is to give it a little bit longer before we try to hike out here. Usually our drought season is between the months of, February, March, April, May, June. So those are the months you'd want to try it. And then of course our rainy season starts again in July. And there's a few new trees down. Not major obstacles, but certainly a couple more than the last time I was out here. I'm sure from Hurricane Irma. Alright, and that's that.